Hollywood, the land of dreams, where stars are made and legacies are born. But beneath the glitz and glamour lies a harsh reality. Fame is fleeting. Rising to stardom is one thing, holding on to it, that's a whole different story. Careers can be catapulted to dazzling heights with a single hit, and yet, just as quickly, they can come crashing down. For some actors, a string of box office failures, unexpected personal challenges, or even stepping away from the spotlight can spell the end of their time at the top. Others find themselves typecast, overshadowed by a single role, or replaced by the next big thing. These are the faces we once saw everywhere, on magazine covers, red carpets, and blockbuster posters, now fading into the background of Hollywood's ever-turning machine. But what happened to these stars? Did they choose a quieter path? Did the industry push them aside? Or are they still fighting to reignite that spark? Today, we're taking a closer look at the stories of actors who once dominated the silver screen but have since seen their fame fade away. Stick around to uncover the rise, fall, and potential redemption arcs of Hollywood's fallen stars. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more behind-the-scenes content. In the early 2000s, Dane Cook was everywhere, celebrated as one of the funniest comedians around. However, his rise to fame was soon followed by a steep decline, largely due to a series of poor film performances and questionable comedic choices. His first major film, Employee of the Month, 2006, was a critical misstep, drawing laughs for all the wrong reasons. His subsequent leading role in Good Luck Chuck faced similar backlash. Even when Cook shifted gears with a dramatic role in Mr. Brooks, his attempt to reinvent himself fell short, failing to revive his dwindling presence in the film industry. While Dane Cook managed to draw crowds for his stand-up shows, his ventures into acting failed to captivate audiences. Adding to his troubles, his comedic career suffered significant setbacks due to multiple accusations of joke theft and a poorly timed joke about a mass shooting, which tarnished his reputation. Despite these challenges, Cook has made some strides in rebuilding his career. He lent his voice to Disney's Planes films and appeared briefly in American Gods. It's clear he's not ready to be written off just yet, as he remains optimistic about finding his footing again in the entertainment world. During his prime, Jim Carrey reigned as the box office king. Hits like The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Liar Liar cemented his position as a comedic superstar. He also ventured successfully into dramatic roles, with films like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and The Number 23 resonating with audiences. However, over time, Carrey's signature humor wasn't enough to keep audiences engaged. He gravitated toward roles reliant on heavy special effects, such as How the Grinch Stole Christmas and Horton Hears a Who. As his comedic formula began to lose its spark, box office disappointments like Mr. Popper's Penguins and The Incredible Burt Wonderston marked a decline in his once unshakable star power. This career slump coincided with personal challenges, including the tragic death of his ex-girlfriend, Katherine Heigl, and the ensuing legal turmoil. Today, Carrey has channeled his creativity into painting, a passion that showcases his artistic depth. As he reflected in his documentary I Needed Color, the essence of all art, whether it's performance, painting, or sculpture, is love. Since Lost concluded in 2010, Matthew Fox's career has taken a steep decline, impacted by both professional setbacks and personal controversies. On the professional front, his transition to film didn't gain much traction. His role as the villain in Alex Cross failed to establish him as a cinematic mainstay, and his part in World War Z was almost entirely cut during editing. On the personal side, Fox faced damaging allegations, including claims that he assaulted a female bus driver, a charge he denied. He also faced legal trouble with a DUI, an incident he openly acknowledged. In a 2012 interview with Men's Fitness, Fox hinted at stepping back from acting, stating, If I don't get quality opportunities, you probably won't see much of me. I'll probably be doing something else. True to his word, he's remained absent from screens in recent years, seemingly turning his back on Hollywood for good. Once a rising Hollywood it girl with her own TV show and major franchise roles, Jessica Alba's acting career took a downturn as doubts emerged about her acting abilities. Films like The Killer Inside Me and Little Fockers earned her a Razzie Award for Worst Supporting Actress in 2011, signalling a decline in her film prospects. Around the same time, Alba began stepping back from acting to focus on motherhood and building her business empire, The Honest Company. The company has flourished into a billion-dollar enterprise, allowing her to prioritize her family without relying on her Hollywood career. Though she's made occasional appearances, such as in Taylor Swift's Bad Blood music video and the Entourage movie, it's unlikely that her name will grace the marquee as a leading star again anytime soon. Best known for her iconic role as Buffy in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sarah Michelle Gellar also cemented her status as a scream queen with memorable performances in films like I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream 2. After her vampire-slaying days, she returned to horror with the Grudge series. However, her career faced setbacks with box office flops like Simply Irresistible and the poorly received live-action Scooby-Doo. This led to roles in lower-profile projects like The Return and Possession. Her television career also hit a rough patch, with shows like Ringer and The Crazy Ones getting cancelled and a Cruel Intentions revival failing to materialize. Despite these challenges, Gellar has found success elsewhere. She lent her voice to Star Wars, Rebels, and co-founded Foodsters, a cooking and lifestyle brand. Above all, she takes pride in her role as a mum to 2 children, whom she shares with fellow 90s star Freddie Prinze Jr. Billy Zane's portrayal of the snooty villain Cal Hockley in Titanic, once the biggest movie of all time, left a lasting impression, but not necessarily the one he hoped for. He's struggled to move past that iconic role and redefine himself in the eyes of audiences. Much of his post-Titanic work has consisted of lesser-known films that failed to capture mainstream attention. His ventures into television haven't fared much better, with short-lived roles like the single-season run of Guilt on Freeform and a brief appearance in Community. Despite his lower profile, Zane has consistently found work in smaller roles, maintaining a steady acting career even if his days as a Hollywood leading man are behind him. After a decade-long run as a young Superman in Smallville, Tom Welling stepped back from the spotlight, taking a well-deserved break from Hollywood. During his hiatus, he made occasional appearances in films like Parkland, Draft Day, and The Choice. Recently, Welling has signaled a potential return to television. While a CBS pilot featuring him as a CIA Black Ops agent didn't move forward, he was cast in the 3rd season of Fox's Lucifer. Though this role might not match the longevity of Smallville, it could reintroduce Welling to mainstream audiences and spark new opportunities in his career. Even a decade after Superbad debuted, Christopher Mintz-Plasse remains widely recognized as the unforgettable McLovin. While that role opened doors for him, leading to parts in Role Models, Kick-Ass, and Pitch Perfect, it also left him typecast, with many of his characters feeling like variations of his breakout persona. Wait till they get a load of me. In recent years, Mintz-Plasse has explored new creative avenues, including voice acting, music, and television, with varying levels of success. Now, in his 30s, he's evolving beyond his iconic nerdy image and stepping into a more refined, mature look, perhaps paving the way for a fresh chapter in his career that moves him beyond the shadow of McLovin. Katherine Heigl's career downfall can largely be attributed to the damage she caused with her public criticisms. In 2008, she famously criticized Knocked Up, the comedy that catapulted her film career, calling it a little sexist and expressing her difficulty in connecting with the character she played. That same year, Heigl withdrew from Emmy consideration for Grey's Anatomy, citing dissatisfaction with the material she was given. Her comments about the show and its creator, Shonda Rhimes, only added fuel to the fire. From there, Heigl's career became defined by a string of unsuccessful romantic comedies, fueling her reputation as a figurehead of the genre's more predictable offerings. On-set difficulties and rumors about her behavior may have also contributed to a series of managerial and PR missteps. Despite a few later attempts to revive her career in both film and television, Heigl's efforts have continued to fall flat, suggesting that perhaps keeping her criticisms to herself might have been a better choice. Jennifer Love Hewitt initially rose to fame through roles in I Know What You Did Last Summer and Party of Five, along with starring in films like Can't Hardly Wait and Heartbreakers. However, her movie career hit a downturn with misfires like The Tuxedo, alongside Jackie Chan and the Garfield films. She found some success on television with The Ghost Whisperer and The Client List, though her time on the latter ended abruptly after allegations of on-set tension, including claims she insisted her real-life partner be cast in the show. Hewitt later joined Criminal Minds, but after becoming pregnant with her second child, she left the series after just one season. Since her departure in 2015, she has not returned to acting, choosing instead to focus on family life. Given her current priorities, it appears unlikely she'll be back in the limelight anytime soon. Taylor Momsen's entertainment career began early, starting in modeling at the age of 2, an experience she didn't enjoy. She went on to star as Cindy Lou Who in How the Grinch Stole Christmas and earned a breakout role in Gossip Girl. However, her acting career ended as she grew increasingly disillusioned with Hollywood. Her shift towards music marked the end of her time in front of the camera. As she embraced a goth-inspired look, her role on Gossip Girl was reduced until she was eventually dropped as a series regular in season 5. Momsen fully transitioned into her music career as the lead singer of the Pretty Reckless, leaving her acting days behind. After her breakout role in 10 Things I Hate About You, Julia Stiles seemed poised for major Hollywood success. However, her subsequent film choices, including A Guy Thing and Mona Lisa Smile, didn't deliver as expected. She pivoted to smaller films, some of which, like the remake of The Omen and Edmund, were critically panned. Despite this, Stiles managed to maintain a regular, albeit smaller, role in the Jason Bourne franchise, which helped keep her career afloat. Stiles has expressed a desire to continue evolving as an actor, sharing that she wants to remain relevant by improving her craft, though recent opportunities have been scarce. Here's hoping for a career resurgence in the future.